Bang your gavel, especially Madam President.
We'll make an announcement that we got everybody signed in.
Please take your seats. Make sure you are signed in.
Everybody, alternate executive who hasn't signed in, please raise your hand.
Okay, if you were an alternate, if you were a delegate and haven't signed in, please raise your hand. Art. Nice.
Oh, John, I got them.
What'd you do?
I'd say borrow mine, but it's at home.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I now call the meeting into order of the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County. Second Vice President Dutch DeGroot, do we have a quorum?
I'll find out as soon as Mr. Secretary hustles over here. I know who those two are, so you can just bring it, Jimmy. Yeah, we better make sure so we got it. I think we're pretty good though. It looks like we're pretty good here. Yes, we have tried. We do have a quorum.
Okay, we do have a quorum. Quorum has been established. We're going to move on. I would like to recognize Megan Everett, the Director of IJF. Please stand up, raise your hand, or please stand up, wave to the crowd.
What does
Stay with
IJF
us.
stand for?
Illinois Joining Forces. And if you do not know what Illinois Joining Forces is, I am sure after this meeting she will be happy to answer all of your questions. Okay, we'd like to take, Chaplain 8, would you please lead us in opening reflection and then move on to the Pledge of Allegiance?
Is mic on? Your cap, stand up, please. Dear Heavenly Father, you have the whole world in your hands. We're in awe of you. We humbly come before you tonight, Heavenly Father, and look at your mighty hands of what you have made, Heavenly Father. We give you blessings and honor, Heavenly Father, for what you've created. Thank you very much for being with us, Heavenly Father. We ask you to be with each member of the VACCC, Heavenly Father, especially the executive board. Give them wisdom of all these proceedings tonight, Heavenly Father. In your holy name, we ask all these things in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior's name. Amen. Amen. Do the Pledge of Allegiance. Where is the flag? Oh, here it is. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, General. You may be seated.
Okay, before we get started, I'd like to call on additional guests. Maria Gallo, Cook County Commissioner Maggie Trevor's office. And James Flagg from CETA. Bruce Mayer from VAC DuPage. Mike Rogers, Vet Center, Forest Park. Bruce May from VAC in DuPage. Brittany Mykor from VAC DuPage. And we have a few more VFW guests, American Legion guests. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate the support. Okay, I'm gonna open the floor to public comment for items not on today's agenda. Do we have anybody that wants to get on the floor for open I was gonna say combat. Open comment. Art? Okay, before you speak, please state your name, your organization.
My name is Art Ellingson. I'm the service officer of VFW 9284. I'm a delegate from that post here. I'm also the commander of American Legion Post 216. And I want to give a shout out and congratulations for helping us get some publicity recently. The guy over here, our chaplain, Kevin, why don't you stand up? Wearing that hat, got in Stars and Stripes magazine 2 weeks ago, roughly. He was at the Tool of the Unknowns on June 14th, the Army's birthday, I think. And he was there with that hat on and his uniform and got into the Stars and Stripes. If you haven't seen that picture, if that link to that email, let me know or let him know. I'm sure he'll be glad to send you the link.
I was honored to be there. She just showed up and I was talking with my wife Rose and she just came up and interviewed and it happened all so fast. By the time the service was over, the article was already printed.
So anyway, just,
She's good.
and any publicity is good publicity.
That's right.
And if you want good recruiting of new people, learn how to write press releases. You can get a lot of traction without money by writing a press release to your local paper. I founded an organization, I won't mention its name, about 10, 12 years ago. And I wrote a press release to the Daily Herald. It was that big on the bottom half of the front page, not only of the Sunday Daily Herald, but 4 days later, the day of our meeting, at the bottom half of the Thursday Daily Herald. And we got almost 100 people to show up at the first meeting. So that was very effective because I learned a lot more how to write press releases. Learn how to write press releases, who to send them to. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you for that information, Art. Real quick, if you can, would you be able to put together a document, teach everybody how to put together a press release, and I'll make sure we get that out to the masses.
Okay.
Thank you. Next, you in the back. Please state your name,
I'm a delegate.
organization.
Most of you know me as Chappie, VFW 5151. I put out an orange flyer. This Sunday at 1 p.m. at the Boomer Stadium, we're hosting a fundraiser for Suicide Solutions and also for Military Outreach USA. Solutions. We're not an organization, Military Outreach USA, that just talks about suicide and prevention. Anybody can do that at this point, and most of us have been to 100 of those sessions. What we're talking about is solutions to help veterans that are living out in the streets, that are struggling with the invisible wounds of war. That's what we do at Military Outreach USA. We will be hosting this at the Boomer Stadium at 1 p.m. this Sunday. General Mukuyama will be present, along with several other veterans and VSOs. I hope you attend. If you have any questions, please see me after the meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have anybody else for open comment? Do we have anybody else for open comment? Okay, if we don't have anybody else for open comment, I'm gonna wanna, everybody's received the agenda with the meeting invite. Is there any need to make any adjustments? Or as you were, minutes for a previous meeting, 25th March 2025. Is there any need for amendments? Okay, if there's no need for any changes to last meeting's agenda or last meeting's minutes,
Motion to accept.
Second.
motion.
66.
Okay, good to go.
Second?
Second, Art, second. Okay, by show of voice, we approved the membership meetings from 25 March 2025. Can I get an aye?
Aye.
Do we have any opposition? Say nay. Any abstentions? Okay, the vote carries. Our minutes from last meeting are approved. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the governance report. Treasurer Robert Arciola, you have a report?
Yes, I do. As I mentioned last time we were together, back in March, we had a balance of, in March of
Here we go. In March meeting, I mentioned that we had a balance of $5,028.57, which holds true because I did not make the $27 deposit yet that the superintendent provided me that evening. I mentioned that also. I believe it's also been recorded in the minutes that a donation, or so a couple donations came our way. She messaged me tonight that she'll be getting over to me some more donations from the events that she attends for the membership side. These are, again, are the membership side 501c3. We still have a balance. I have not deposited the $27 cash from that meeting and whatever she's got at the office secured. So we still have a balance at the end of May, opening May, of $5,028.57, and at the end of May 31, 2025, $5,028.57. And that concludes my report, unless anyone has any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Treasurer Arciola. Can I get a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
Motion to approve.
Subject to audit. A second.
Bill, yeah, Greg and Bill.
All in favor of the report, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Friggin', our treasurer's report is approved. Next report. Okay, we are now moving on to the superintendent report. Elizabeth Soto, would you please provide us the VACCC report?
Good evening.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. It was really nice this evening to see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of new faces, a lot of old friends in the crowd. So definitely appreciate everyone again taking their time off after work, away from their families to come and attend our meetings to ensure that we have a quorum. So I will try to make this as succinct as possible. Let's get into it. So, as customary, I'd like to begin with a brief overview of the VACC's mission, as outlined by the MBAA, to ensure that the just, necessary, and appropriate assistance and services are provided to military veterans who have served in the armed forces of the United States. This mission is the guiding principle for our agency as we work together to provide the necessary assistance to veterans in and throughout Cook County. So this evening, the VAC will present an overview of our operations during the second quarter, which will include updates on our expanded office staff, a review of the second quarter financial reports, an outline of our preliminary budget request, as well as departmental updates from both the Veteran Service Officer and outreach teams. So during the second quarter in May, our office was pleased to welcome Ms. Coral Duarte as our newest administrative assistant for. Unfortunately, Ms. Duarte could not be with us this evening, but she is an experienced veteran advocate who previously served with the Department of Veterans Affairs and brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to our team. And when Ms. Duarte is not serving veterans at the VAC office, she is an avid traveler, and unfortunately, she is a Chicago White Sox fan.
Hey now. What's this for?
With her as an
You're north
addition,
side.
though,
What's the
in our
matter with
second
you?
quarter, our staff has grown
That's
to
right.
a total 8 dedicated members during that second quarter time period. So moving on to our financials. So this here is a snapshot of the entire second quarter report, and the slides that follow are the breakdowns of the personnel services. We have the quarter two operations and maintenance, as well well as our direct disbursements. So in Q2, our office provided a total of $167,184.55 in financial assistance direct to a total of 747 Cook County veterans, of which 157 of those were completely new veterans to the VACCC, and they were provided with emergency financial assistance. So that was a great accomplishment in Q2. So as you can see, our agency experienced notable shifts in financial assistance categories between the first and the second quarters, and some of the key highlights included top increases in the gas assistance, which we saw the most significant increase, rising 136.8% from 11,000 to roughly 27,000. Mortgage assistance also rose significantly, roughly 53% increase from 11,000 to 17,000, and electric assistance for those common bills also increased 39% from 20,000 to 27,000. So it was a great month for delivering services to our veteran community, and our team is prepared and very excited to move into Q3 to provide even more. So now to address our preliminary budget request to Cook County in preparation for our FY26 budget meeting. So looking ahead, we anticipate requesting an increase in our total staffing from the 12 full-time positions we will end FY25 with, to increase that to a total of 35 full-time positions in FY26. So here's a brief snapshot of what that will look like. This expansion will place a strong emphasis on growing our VSO program, our VSO team, while also introducing new roles to our outreach and finance departments to better support the needs of our veteran community. So, in alignment with our planned staff expansion, our office has already begun a request for acquisition of permanent vehicles for our supervisory, outreach, and VSO staff. So these vehicles will enhance our availability, capability to reach veterans directly within their communities, ensuring more accessibility and responsiveness in support for each district within Cook County. So our total request currently is for 7 vehicles, which would entail a combination of compact cars, SUVs, and a passenger van with an estimated total cost of approximately $377,000. That will be added to our overall total budget request. So overall, including the projected cost for new staff, vehicle acquisitions, and expanded operational needs, our total estimated budget request will be roughly $5.5 million for FY26. The investment is going to reflect our commitment to building the infrastructure necessary to meet the growing demands of our Cook County veteran community, and we hope that we receive a positive response. So this is actually where I'm going to turn the report off to our manager of veteran service officers, Mr. Derek Giffen, for the VSO department.
Hey, good evening, comrades.
Good evening.
All right, so we have our challenge and our mission. Cook County is home to over 141,000 veterans, yet only about 28% are receiving the benefits they're entitled to. This gap represents not a lack of need, but a barrier in access, awareness, and follow-through. The mission is to achieve equitable disbursement of services by expanding direct support, streamlining claims processing, and ensuring every veteran is connected to the benefits they have earned. For our second quarter report, all VSOs accredited through NAC VSO by May of 2025, and the reason that VSOs is pluralized is because Grant and Elizabeth also went through the training and they are now accredited. Full credentialing insofar as PIV cards, background checks, encryption, those have been completed. We're very, very close to being able to process claims in-house. We're still waiting on remote access being granted by VBA. Unfortunately, the credentialing agent, which was supposed to, extend that access 2 weeks ago, resigned. So we're waiting on that. We're waiting on VPN access, but I would say about 90-95% there. We're also in the process of assembling a VSO management team. I facilitated in the recruitment and interview process for 2 incoming VSO managers. And we've been identifying both VSO and administrative support roles in preparation for FY '26. Looking ahead, moving forward, we got system and program enhancements. We are working on acquiring a claims management system. The one we're going with is called Vetrospect. This is a program that I have a lot of experience with, about a decade's worth of experience from my prior role at the VFW. Currently, that system has been approved by the VACCC and is currently under review by Cook County attorneys. We're going to establish a minimum of 3 in-person outreach events in each of the 17 congressional commissioner districts. Events will be hosted at community centers, libraries, local government offices, and other partner sites. Where we'll be very busy onboarding new VSO staff. And then also looking ahead, we're going to be going forward with an initiative called Vet Talk, akin to a TED Talk. It's designed to educate commissioners on the roles of VSOs, outline the claims process, review presumptive conditions, provide detailed information on the PACT Act, eligibility, application processes, all of that. We'll have on-site services, instant appointment scheduling for follow-up sessions, assistance in initiating intents to file for benefits either through the VACCC staff or via VBA's 1-800 number. You'll have the opportunity to sign a power of attorney on the spot, enabling immediate claims representation. And then we'll be developing outcome metrics to show increased enrollment and claims initiation per district. And there'll be transparent quarterly reporting on attendee numbers, ITFs filed, POAs signed, and subsequent claim recoveries. With that, I'm going to turn things over to my associate, Connor Inches.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So I will make this brief. Specifically for our strategic objectives, I'm just going to go over what we kind of focus on as a department. So our office's mission statement, to wrap it up into a simple phrase, is that we amplify the voice, the image, the services of the VACCC to the broader public. How that's done is through several strategies. That's through outreach, either direct or passive, at least through resource fairs, or with direct office hours within commissioner districts or within VFWs, within the communities themselves and elected offices. That's also through online social media, advertising materials, any resource that we can at least to try and put the VACCC's name out there to the broader community is what we do to try and at least ensure the message reaches the right ears who need it. So with that, moving to the next picture. Okay. With that in mind, as I mentioned before, our objective is expanded quite significantly. So previously, when we actually had conducted outreach, it was somewhat traditional outreach, which often meant that we were going to resource fairs to more or less work with our partners to try and bring those resources directly to the veterans in need. It was, again, more passive. We did not receive as many veterans as we could in that process, and often it meant that we're seeing the same faces showing up. So with the new initiative we've been pushing for direct outreach, we've been going directly to both elected offices within the commissioners' districts as well as in the wards in Chicago to try and set up office hours at least regularly once a month so that veterans within their communities can actually come to us for us to actually assist them directly with their needs. That being said, that can be a number of things. That can either be through our VSOs, that can either be through our at least emergency financial services, or through at least explaining or at least assisting these veterans finding other resources that are available to them out here in Cook County specifically. So the way we've also been trying to expand at least our effectiveness of our services is also trying to at least make our decisions based off of data. So what that means is that every interaction with veterans is tracked through our at least intake process. So currently, as it is, and we'll go into those numbers after this, we've had at least 69 veterans which we have directly assisted with either VSO service, emergency financial resources, or in this case, as I mentioned before, explaining or helping them find different resources in Cook County available for veterans. We track that as well as the demographic data. We track that as well as the services they're using, including at least contact information, names as well, follow up later. With that, we've also used a variety of other data resources to try and at least target different demographics across Cook County, using a variety of resources from both the VA and the census to try and at least track down locations across the county that helps us better target these communities that desperately need our resources. Moving on, at least to the next picture. All right. With that in mind, going through the directives here. So going to the metrics here, just to kind of break this out. As I mentioned before, the number of veterans we've interacted with across many different swaths of interaction. This can include at least our traditional outreaches we had before, the new vet talks that we've been implementing. A good example is, for example, the food pantry. Interacted with about 120 veterans in there. From the most recent vet talk, there's 15 veterans that we interacted with. All that wraps up into about at least 270 veterans that we have directly interacted with, at least within this quarter. Of those 270, as I mentioned before, 69 of those were specifically ones that we directly assisted and tracked their information for. And as we're moving forward, that is going to be kind of the new standard. As you can also see that we have at least had a total of 37 events that we've attended during the quarter, 2 of which have been at least the new office hours that we have been conducting. And then previously we have at least 35 events that we are conducting as well, which were our previous outreach events as well as our interactions, at least with, in this case, excuse me. So previously it was just basically handshaking events where we meet at least with officials and so on and so forth. Okay. So as of what our quarter goals are for the third quarter, we're broken this down into at least 20 confirmed events moving forward, along with at least executing 2 VA housing education events, executing a new bi-weekly newsletter. Also, we're planning to expand with the partner resource booklet, as well as the expansion of the VTRN coalition, which we're expanding at least 31 different organizations right now that we are partnering with to at least bring up resources and information. We're expanding that through the quarter as well. I'll pass this off back to you.
So before we close out our report this evening, I'd like to invite our new Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Brad Jacobson, who was actually onboarded in the second quarter on March 24th. And I'd also like to invite our President, Mr. Frank Gutierrez, for the swearing-in ceremony.
Okay, this is the second swearing in. Actually third swearing in we've done since well, this year. It's a true testament to the work that you guys have done. It's a true testament to the hard work of our superintendent, Elizabeth Soto, and the executive board. A lot of great things have been happening. You know, when the office, membership, and the executive board work together, a lot of positive things. True testament to where we are compared to where we came from. Okay, so Grant, raise your hand and please repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Grant Jacobson,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
That I will faithfully discharge the duties
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the Deputy Superintendent of the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County
as the Deputy Superintendent of the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
that I will uphold
that I will uphold
and advance the mission
and advance the mission
of the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County,
of the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County,
ensuring that no veteran in Cook County is left behind,
ensuring that no veteran of Cook County is left behind,
that I will advocate for the safeguard and the rights, benefits, and dignity,
that I will advocate for this. Excuse me one more time.
that I will advocate
That I will advocate for
and safeguard the rights,
and safeguard the rights,
benefits,
benefits
and dignity of all veterans and their families,
of the dignity of all benefits of the excuse me. One more time now.
benefits and dignity of
Benefits
all
and dignity of all
veterans and their families,
veterans and their family.
that I will work diligently
That I will work diligently
to connect veterans with the care,
to connect veterans with the care,
services, and support they have rightfully earned,
and support they have rightfully earned.
and that I will execute these duties with honor,
And I will execute these duties with honor,
integrity,
integrity,
and the commitment
and the commitment
to those who have served this
to
nation.
those who have served this nation. Give me a hand.
Congratulations, Dan. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good evening. I'm Grant Jacobson, as we just talked. This is an absolute honor. A lot of you know who I am, those of you don't. I'm the Deputy Superintendent of the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County. I am absolutely honored and proud of the work that has been done this past quarter. I got to see firsthand what the VACC does for veterans. I got to see firsthand the reception that veterans get when they walk into our front doors. And I also got to see veterans left behind by the federal government, by the VA, and by bad information. My time at the VAC, under the supervision of Liz Soto, is going to make sure that we are in every single neighborhood, every single part of the 17 districts. In Cook County, there's 141,000 veterans. 28% of them are getting their benefits. To put that in perspective, 141,000 veterans is the same size as Naperville, Illinois. So a picture of Naperville, Illinois, but only 28% of that town is getting their benefits. That's a failure. That's a failure in a lot of things, but it's not a failure in the VAC. The VAC is here. We're going to be in all 17 districts. Each district is comprised of 300,000 people. Cook County is the size of Alabama in population, 1.5 million. All right, that just shows you how big we are. There's 8 of us right now. Our goal is to maximize the opportunities we get through the community that you're in, and we will be there 100% of the time for the veterans that need us. Whether it's for VA benefits, navigating the VA healthcare system, understanding what their entitlements are, as well as their caregivers, care providers, neighbors, anybody that knows a veteran can reach out to us so we can walk them in the right direction. This is not a one-way street. Lastly, I'd like to say, Coral is a Sox fan, and as am I. I'm from the south side of Chicago and proud. I look forward to working with everybody. Here we go. I know you're telling me already. Thank you for your time. I truly appreciate it, and I promise you that this will be the greatest you've ever seen in the VAC. All right.
A lot of exciting events coming up here in the third quarter, which we are very anxious to reveal. But just for a sneak peek, I'd also like to introduce a new hire. His name is Mr. Julian Calderon. He actually joined the VAC in quarter 3 as our communications and outreach specialist. He is a Marine, our first here at the VAC at the office, and we will not hold that against him either. So, but Julian will be giving more of a speech at the next meeting, but we'll see him a lot more in the community. So with that does complete our report, and we really appreciate again all of your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Back row.
Okay, go on, Ray.
Yeah, Rand Tyner, Marine Corps League Detachment 553. Is there a way you can get a copy of this report or access it online somewhere?
Yeah,
So a lot of
absolutely.
people trying to take pictures, but
Of course. So it's already been provided to our our executive board, so they're gonna have it posted up on the website, available along with all the other reports that we've had.
We'll put it on the
discussed here.
website.
Thank you very much.
Take care of that gentleman.
No, that was, he just beat me to the question.
You could ask something else if you want.
I think Roberts is gonna
Okay,
make it to the
you in the
rest
back,
of
please?
Back row.
Back row.
Todd Ford, DAV Chapter 33 delegate. If we can get a copy of that presentation, we also get a full copy of the budget and your breakdown for the budget that you're asking for. Because it's twice the budget that we had this year, right?
Correct.
So do we get to see a breakdown of what's being budgeted and what numbers we're asking for?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a part of it's actually a part of the presentation. I can pull it up now, but everyone just wants to take a look at it, but it'll be a part of the overall presentation slides that will be available, open to the public on our website under our meetings.
Ray Kozak.
Let me, see if I can pull this back up.
No, but as long as it's in there, I'm okay with that. That's-
Absolutely, and then there'll be more formal, as you're aware, and maybe not everyone else, there'll be more formal submissions, and we'll have additional documentations as we go through the entire process with finalizations and, just final number requests. So this is just our preliminary draft at the moment. But I'll pull that up, and then if there are any other questions, please feel free to ask.
Next question.
Ray Kozak, American Legion. I'm dating myself, but in the 70s and 80s, the VAC would give out these grants for rent or transportation, or it was a one-time thing, you couldn't go back. What's the current policy of the VAC on this?
So, Mr. Tozak, it's actually been updated since, just only a few years ago. So, now we offer rental assistance, mortgage assistance, utility bills assistance once annually. So once every 12 months from the last time that the veteran received that type of assistance, they're eligible to reapply. We also have food assistance that's once every 6 months. We just introduced a new gas card, which right now we're in the pilot phase, so it's available just this year, once every 12 months, and that might increase. The distribution frequency might increase in the next FY. But we have a couple of other benefits, such as the internet bill and the cell phone service assistance, which we projected last year for this FY, that are gonna be revealed, I wanna say, at the end of this week. So those two will also be once every 12 months. So we have come a long way from just once in a lifetime benefits, never seeing our veterans again. We're a supportive service organization here to support and serve our Cook County veterans. So I hope that answered your question.
Kevin A, Post 216. When the new veterans come to Cook County, do we connect them with the actual post that they're living at? Like a VFW post or an American Legion post of where they're currently living at a post, connecting them with the post number?
That is actually not something that is in process yet, but I'd love to get with you after the meeting to see how we can connect that up for our veterans. It's a great recommendation. So, yeah, we can talk online.
James?
Good afternoon, or good evening, everybody. James Flag, Army veteran, 13 Foxtrot, served 2001 2009. Happy to be here with you all. Outreach manager for CEDA Cook County. For those that don't know, that's the Community and Economic Development Association of Cook County. My job is to go throughout Cook County and connect families with financial and economic resources. Many, President Solo just mentioned, utility bill assistance, transportation assistance, child care services, summer camp, rental assistance, mortgage assistance. So one, my question is, can we have a conversation offline to figure out, if and how those benefits may stack or combine? Because I'm pretty sure our funding may be separate from yours, but there's a good chance that, if you have veterans that can or can't get serviced by the VAC, send them our way to CEDA as long as they live in Cook County, under the age of 18, and they fall at or below the 200% poverty level. We have a wealth of resources that we love to connect with. For those that aren't familiar with CEDA, we provide utility bill assistance, so water, gas, heating bill assistance for households in Cook County. The gentleman mentioned transportation assistance. We provide a $2,500 stipend to suburban Cook County residents to get their vehicles fixed. And if they're having trouble getting to and from appointments, we provide bus cards as well as gas cards. We do dental care, vision care, before and after school care for kids. So a lot of great resources for families on fixed income or low income families do this to see how we can maybe, align those services and resources. For all the members of the post, I'd love to be a better resource for you, your post, and the veterans and family members that you serve. I do have a little information on my CETA services and programs, so I'd love to connect. And if you allow me a few more minutes, just 2 more quick announcements. With CETA, we are getting community input and feedback on the conditions in the neighborhoods and houses through our community needs assessment. This will inform those programs that I just mentioned, but also help us allocate our funding for the next few years. What communities need the most services, what services are the highest need. Is it employment? Is it education and training? We got scholarships for up to $5,500 for suburban county residents. We do job training resources. So again, love to connect and spread that as well. But more importantly, if we can get your input on the community needs assessment survey, visit our website, cedarorg.net. That's C Charlie E Echo D as in Delta A as in Alpha org.net for more info. And then last, but definitely not least, I'm part of the organization with a few members in this room where we're going to reactivate this will be the 14th annual Family Fest and Veteran Softball Tournament. The date is going to be August 9th at College Park. I know there may be some competing events, but the idea behind this event is to unite the veteran community over 16 in softball, get a lot of our service providers and resources out, connect with our veterans, but not only the veterans, their spouses, their dependents, and their kids. So on the back end of the softball tournament, it's going to be a huge family fest with DJs, clowns, face painting, balloons, jumbo move, bouncers, free food. Again, over the medium of softball, but the goal is to unite the veteran community. And as we were saying, just make sure that we're generating awareness about not only the organizations that are out in the community helping vets, but how to connect with these resources. And then lastly, I do want to mention, just putting my CETA hat back on, we have been in contact with Ms. Deborah Marie from District 4 to figure out how we can leverage our services where we can partner with some of the local VFWs, some of the local American Legion folks, and offer a financial incentive to help CETA collect applications on our utility bill services. So if anybody's interested in possibly partnering up and coming to one of our intake sites so we can get these resources into your communities, into your neighborhoods, and directly to the vets, I'd love to help out with that. And then one more thing, as you mentioned, county outreach to the different communities and areas throughout suburban county and connecting with the vets. I've been a part of a group that's traveling around the city of Chicago to identify areas where there are a high number of veterans, but a low number of benefit applications, and we're bringing the VA services and resources to those communities, to their community centers, to have veterans sign up and apply for services on the spot. So I'd love to see how, we can connect with the VAC, and as we expand outside of the city of Chicago, bring these resources and bring these events to the suburban county. So thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time. I look forward to talking after you said that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Child. I'd like to have you and the office schedule a meeting, go over how you guys could benefit off of one another.
Got one question over there.
Next question.
My name's Peter Capuch from Post 183. A few months ago, a few meetings ago, there was talk of lowering the price for a lifetime membership of the American Legion. I wonder if anything's become of that.
Not in
Lifetime
our,
membership is prohibited.
not in our wheelhouse,
Yeah.
with the American Legion.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, though. If you
But I
find out, let
agree.
us know.
I do agree, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so, thank you, Superintendent Soto, for your very thorough report. Can I get a motion to approve the
Motion
superintendent
to
report?
accept. Greg.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Oh, you first. Pat Flanagan seconded the, okay, all in favor of the superintendent report, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstentions? Okay, the report is approved. Okay, as far as the bylaws report, our bylaws committee rep is not here at the moment. We'll have to move that to the next meeting. Moving on to budget, Vice President William Brown, do you have a report?
No report at this time.
Okay, do we have a report for services provided?
Wayne's,
Oh, Wayne's, okay, Wayne's out of action, good to go. Moving on to unfinished business. Okay, as far as the membership, not-for-profit status, Secretary Parker, can you speak on that?
Yeah, I can talk about that.
Gotta be loud. Give him the mic. He
Got him
needs
up
the
right
mic.
here.
They tell me I need this all the time. This came up several months ago. The organization, there are really two VACCCs. There's the one that we all operate under, and then there's a second one that we call the membership corporation. Is that right? Membership corporation?
Please speak closer to the mic.
Yeah, put the mic to your lips.
Hold the mic to your mouth.
Oh, okay. There's a second corporation that we use, one that Robert reported on with the $5,000 balance. That's intended to be a 501c3 organization that people can make donations to the VACCC and deduct it, from their taxes, and also any income from that corporation is tax exempt. That's basically what a 501c3 is. Now, here's the issue. One of our members, back there in the corner, Randy, brought up that he had looked up some records, trying to find some information about this second corporation. And it was certain to be, couldn't find the documents for it, so I volunteered to look into this second corporation. And here's the story. There ain't one. It doesn't exist. It's not a corporation in the state of Illinois. It's not a not-for-profit under the IRS. It has the same number, the same name as a parent corporation. It has a separate FEIN, federal identification, federal tax number. But it doesn't, sorry. It just doesn't exist. Now, in Illinois, it's pretty easy to create these documents, to make them exist, and I can undertake that, to do them, on behalf. I'm a retired lawyer, but, I do dirt law. I'm not a corporate lawyer, but I've worked with not-for-profits for a long time, and I know how to do this paperwork. So I would just like to, ask Frank if we need to, President Gutierrez, if we need a motion to authorize me to look into this and present documents at the next meeting.
Yes.
Do we need a motion for that?
I'll make that motion.
Second, Schultz, 66.
Okay, Frank, you gotta call it.
Say again.
Go.
Call for the vote.
You can call
Oh,
it.
okay. As far as the VACCC 501c3 and, I guess, creating this not-for-profit entity, can I get a motion to?
You got the motion?
Okay, we got the motion. Okay, so all in favor of creating this 501c3 entity, can I get an aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Nay? Any abstentions? Okay, the motion carries. We may move forward with this 501c3 organization. And thank you very much.
I'll volunteer to help Jim because I'm working on one right now for an AMVETS auxiliary. So,
Thanks, Jim.
Very good.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I do think that this is a very good opportunity to raise additional funds to support veterans in ways that the VAC may not be able to support at this time. It's always good to have more money to, help someone get a wheelchair, help someone go to ramp, help somebody, do any of that stuff. So, yeah, I'm always in favor of expanding benefits and means of getting capital. Okay, we now move on to new business. Are there any matters to bring forward?
I have one, Mr. President. Do Do I need this? I guess so.
Possibly just.
Anyway, John Statue, who's basically one of the founding fathers for VAC for the last 20 years. He's a past superintendent. He went through absolute hell trying to keep this organization together. He submitted his resignation tonight, and it's for health reasons. I'm going to read it in part. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It is with regret that I must inform you of my decision to step down from my duties and responsibilities with the VAC. Health concerns won't allow me to continue. And he talks about how he's been involved in the good and bad. Right now, the good part of the VAC, but I'm telling you what, it was a dumpster fire, folks, when we came here a few years ago. To see what we've done is absolutely miraculous. But the people, they couldn't even get through a roll call. So he said with paperwork all over the place, you barely could see the superintendent's desk. But he's so proud of what we've done with membership, how we came to the rescue. We went from basically $400,000 a year budget to about several million now. So I'm very proud of the role I played with the organization. I'd like to wish the entire board best wishes and success moving forward. God bless the VACCC and God bless the USA. I cannot say enough for John. So what happens is this brings a vacancy on our executive board. We are just an advisory board, okay? We don't dictate nothing. You make the decisions. I'll tell you, you're the reason we are where we are right now, coming to these meetings. So I'm going to go on that with membership. We've got about 29, 30 organizations out of 51 now that we have. Those other ones that have missed 2 meetings in a row, I'm going to ask them to drop their memberships because they hurt our quorum. If you can't show up and do this, something that affects, we say 140,000 veterans, I think it's closer to about 170 and it could be more than that. Nobody knows for sure. You are it. If you don't come up and get involved with your vote, at least to be here for a quorum, we have no VACCC, so I commend all of you for coming here and taking your time. You're affecting thousands of veterans. So I'll be sending that out to them. The other thing that happened is now that John is gone, we have a vacancy on the executive board. So I said, what are we gonna do? Can Frank appoint somebody or this and that? A good thing we do have our attorney here, okay? So, and Josh said, I don't know, we just can't do that, Dutch. So we're gonna have, if we have an election, we're gonna work this out. We will fill a vacancy with somebody good. We already have somebody that's willing to take the spot, but maybe we should have an election too. I'm gonna leave that to Josh, and I'll tell you what, this is another thing with Josh Herman. We are so lucky to have this attorney. He is the best in the whole damn state, and he's our attorney. With that said, we're not small fry anymore. We are one of the largest VACs in the country. This is big time stuff. We're going for bigger budgets. We are the powerhouse of this entire state. I would like feedback on this, but I would like to have our attorney at every meeting. We've got it budgeted. He has to come from Peoria. It is some expense, but we're not small fry. We are one of the biggest in the country. And I think it's only fitting that we should be represented at every meeting. That's coming from me, but I think we have to have a motion on this to see that can be done. And I would like Josh to say a few words too, because he's pretty elegant. He likes to be quiet if he can be, but Josh.
Thank you, Dutch, very kind. I will keep this very brief, because the best meeting is one the lawyer doesn't have to talk at. So thank you for having me. It is my absolute honor and privilege to serve you. You'll probably be hearing from me later tonight during an executive session, but until then, I too thank you for all you do for the veterans of Cook County. It's a better world because of the work you do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Josh.
Want to have a motion on that?
I'll call for a motion at this time. Okay, so can I get a motion to have our attorney attend each one of our VAC meetings moving forward? Art?
I move we invite our attorney
attorney to attend every meeting and pay his expenses relative to that.
Second the motion.
Okay, Bill Butler. Bill got you. He beat you to it. Okay,
Mr. President, we'll want to put that on the agenda to ratify at the next meeting.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That's why we have an
an
attorney. I know, but I don't know. We got a question in the back, in the middle.
Chris Wager, Ambets, Glenwood, Post 268. For the gentleman who retired,
Yes, John Satchel.
are we going to send him a letter of congratulations or thank you?
That's a great question. I think we will. We absolutely, what a good idea.
Yes.
Thank you so
Great
much.
idea.
Maybe
A
a plaque,
plaque.
I think, yes, that's a great idea. And you're right, we should. He's been phenomenal. Thank you.
Okay, in the back.
Todd Moore, DAB number 33. So what's the cost to bring the attorney up here each time? Can we discuss that at all, or is it just, man, we got the money?
Good, great, yeah, Josh?
Yeah, when we bring this up for motion next meeting, we'll actually go through that in the discussion. Okay. Let me see, do we have any more new business? Okay, moving forward, okay. I would like to give the special guests some time to speak. If anybody wants to grab a mic and address the group, come up, or come forward.
Anything from the commissioner's office? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maggie's my commissioner, so I know
3
her.
minutes.
But she represents Maggie Trevor, who's been doing a very nice job for us.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here. My name's Maria Gallo. I'm the Chief of Staff of Cook County Commissioner Maggie Trevor. Her district goes from Palatine in a long, skinny, upside-down L along the north side of 90, wraps around O'Hare, and then drops down here to River Forest. We're not in River Forest, but over there. And I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here, and we are very excited to have been part of the big push to have more services for veterans. And we had your new deputy superintendent out to our office a few weeks ago, and we had a family already there. A woman who lives in Arlington Heights, and her father's in Chicago. Her father was a veteran. He drove out to Arlington Heights and met with your team, and you were awesome. And he just the veteran had never gotten any services at all, and you were able to tell him all of the things that he could get and to phrase it in a way to explain that these are your benefits that you are entitled to. It's not something that you should not get and leave for the next guy. And so it was just very moving for me to be able to listen to him talk to this veteran, and for them to talk about the needs that he had and the life that he's had. And so I know that Commissioner Maggie Trevor is very, very proud and honored to be part of that effort. And thank you. It's exciting to be here when you're doing all this growth and serving many more veterans, and we're glad to be part of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other special guests would like to speak? Director Eckberg?
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Frank. Elizabeth.
Welcome.
Great to be here. My name is Megan Everett. I'm the new executive director at Illinois Joint Forces. I'm also a delegate, I wanted you to know, from Post 1052, the Wainwright Post. So this is my first meeting as a delegate. So I'll be here as a delegate as well. So that's exciting. I've been at Illinois Joint Forces for about 4 months, but I've been doing veterans work for about 10 years. in Chicago and around the state. So hopefully everybody has heard of Illinois Joining Forces by now. We've been around since about 2012. We have grown from about an all-volunteer organization to about a staff of 8. So we also have a big mission serving veterans across the state, just as the VACCC does. We look to enhance and be a force multiplier of what the VACCC does. We also can do emergency assistance, and where we can help anybody in here with the veterans you serve, and what you all do here is we can serve veterans despite discharge status, whether or not they, at whatever era they served. So we have a call center that is 24/7, and we do outreach across the state in every county. So please, if you want to know more about IJF, chat with me. We have a great small team that with the call center of 3 and staff, 1 in Southern Illinois, 1 in Central Illinois. I'm based in Chicago, and we have a couple in the Chicagoland area. But happy to be here. I hope to get to know more of you. I know a few in the room, but thanks for having me. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for all that great information. Hey, just so you guys know, Illinois Joining Forces is one of those organizations that I truly respect. Every single homeless veteran that I've come across, I would always send them to Illinois Joining Forces, and within 24 hours, they were given shelter and a caseworker to help them get their lives back on track. Great organization. Again, if you don't know about them, now you do. Again, knowledge is power. Okay, if we don't have any others.
Back row.
Back row.
Yes.
Yep.
Bob Bazazian, delegate, VFW Post 8322, and homeless veterans chairman for the Department of Illinois Veterans Support Board. And Mike Rogers with me from the Forest Park Vet Center. We have a stand down coming up this week, and we'd like to say a couple of words on it, if that's okay.
Okay, go see.
Hey, good evening, everybody. For those of you that don't know me, Mike Rogers, Forest Park Vet Center. We're having our stand down, which happens twice a year, this Friday at the North Kedzie Armory. There's a lot of great people in this room. I've heard a couple times tonight about the VA needing to do better in ways, and I agree with that as a veteran. I'm here as a veteran speaking. For those of you in the room that have the capability to, if you so desire, I would encourage you to come on Friday to the stand down at North and Kedzie Armory and take some notes about what we can do better. And then I would like to invite the VACC, the Veterans Assistance Commission, to join us in planning the next one. Because there's a lot of good work that needs to be done. The commission is doing a great job. I'm a huge fan. The last 12 years I've been in the veteran space, I've seen phenomenal change. The standout for those of you that used to go to them has deteriorated dramatically. I think we need more veterans in decision-making and leadership roles. So if any of you would be interested in taking some notes on Friday and reaching out to me, I will let you know where our next planning committee is, and I will get you on the committee. Thank you for your time. I have some flyers back here. It's North Kedzie Armory. Doors open at 8 o'clock. We'll be setting up on Thursday from about 8 o'clock until 2 p.m. Stand down usually finishes on Friday afternoon, anywhere between 1,400 to 1,500. So you're more than welcome to come. Grab some gear if you want. Take some notes. I always say the Vet Center is like the special forces of the VA, and we are. I'm asking you to do a secret squirrel mission for me to help me out. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you for that information. Anybody interested in joining the committee, don't see him after this meeting. Art, go to the order.
I would just speak for the good of the order, yes. Art Ellingson, VFW 9284, delegate and commander of Post 216 of the Legion. For those of you who are not aware, the Wall to Heels, which is a three-quarter size replica of the Vietnam Wall in Washington, will be in Antioch, Illinois, the weekend of July 17 through 20. The best information about it is on the website of the Chamber of Commerce for Antioch, Illinois. So if you Google Chamber of Commerce, Antioch, Illinois, they're the sponsor of it. We will get a lot of help from the Legion, the VFW up there as well. But they'll be up there July 17th through 20 of this year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Art. Do we have any more? Good of the order. Okay, you on the back row.
Let the Marine go first.
Middle row.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Alejandro Morales. I'm the commandant to the Marine Corps Lake Attachment 1408. I just had a couple of announcements. I had flyers sent to me, or forwarded to me from my chaplain. One of them was for the stand on the Friday, so he's already covered that. I'm not going to go over that. I don't really have the flyers themselves physically, but I can forward them to Mr. Gutierrez, and then hopefully he can post them on the website, just so you guys have the information as far as reaching out and getting further information if you need it. It looks like Serenity House Counseling Service Incorporated does a virtual veteran support group for us on Thursdays. They do a Zoom meeting from 6:30 to 7:30. Again, I'm going to send that information to him for the ID number and the passcode. And along with that, Harper College in Palatine offers a veteran benefits resource fair on Saturday, June 28th from 10 to 2 p.m. Again, these are flyers. They're going to forward to Mr. Gutierrez, and he can share them with on the website, and then we guys can go ahead and just spread the word about this as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that good information. FYI, he's also a co-worker at CTA, part of the Veteran Employee Resource Group, and the work we've done over the past few years has been phenomenal. 25% of our veteran workforce was hired last year because of advocates like him. Thank you. Okay, now in the back row.
Pete Hurt, American Legion Post 806, alternate, also judge advocate. Point of order, Mr. President, you need to request an emergency election for the vacancy of the bylaws chairman, and request that your email blaster there, Dutch, put it in the notes, the records for the secretary. Also, the board member at large, is it an automatic, or are we gonna hold an election for two positions?
That's basically why we're gonna have our attorney look at what's the best course of action. Can you appoint some, we don't know.
I thought it was.
Is it possible to appoint an interim?
Yes.
Okay, so by the end of this meeting, I will have an interim appointed for the board and bylaws.
It will be temporary pending approval at the next agenda meeting.
Oh, and I will put,
Will you open up for an election on the next meeting as well?
I sure will, and I'll make sure that prior to the next meeting, instructions for the election are put out.
There has to be at least a 3-day notice.
Yes.
It'll be on the agenda.
It'll be on the agenda. It'll be going out with the agenda, which is always over more than 3 days.
Point of personal privilege, if I might.
Yes.
Mr. Parker, I understand that you're like a lot of us from Chicago. You got that Alpha Mani School of Speech Making. So maybe the next time you use a stationary microphone.
Oh. He's bad.
Okay, continuing on for the good of the order. Does anybody have anything for good of the order? Okay, I want to move on. Second Vice President Dutch DeGroot, can we go over the next meeting location?
Next meeting location, I'm going to see if we can meet at Lyons Town Hall, Lyons Township meeting. I'm going to ask them. But if you notice, we try to have this in central Cook County because I'll tell you, people go, boy, it was a long ways to get here. Well, just think if you had to go from one part of the county to the next, be twice as far. So I might not be the brightest light on that Christmas tree, but you know, at least I figured out have it central. If somebody's got any other locations that could accommodate us, please contact me. I could, you know, I know places on the fringe, but it's not going to work. We want to make it easy for our members to attend. So I'm going to guess it's going to be Lyons Township, but I'll give notice to that.
What day?
What dates?
It'll be it's the last Tuesday of the month. We always the last Tuesday of the month.
Last Tuesday of the quarter.
The quarter, I'm sorry.
That's Tuesday of the quarter.
So that'd be September. So look at the date.
25th?
That's-
23rd.
Sounds right to me.
That sounds right.
Or the third, well, it'll be the 30th then.
Pick one. Wow, Chance.
23 or 30, which one?
He's got my phone, so I don't have my calendar.
Yeah, let me pull that up.
Yep.
23rd.
23rd.
23rd then.
Last Tuesday.
That's Tuesday.
That's the 30th.
That's the 30th.
That is the 30th.
Yeah, I don't have a calendar.
Okay.
September 30?
We all need help. We all need help reading the calendar. That's going to be our next period of instruction at our next quarterly meeting. Okay, moving forward. Now that we know, well, now that we don't know where our next meeting is going to be, but we at least know what day it is on, I am going to have to call for a motion to enter special session to discuss possible litigation. Can I get a motion? Second. Executive special session.
So moved.
Okay, we have a first, we have a second. I would like to
Discussion?
go into discussion. You read my mind.
You didn't have it on the agenda that you're going to have an executive session. That's
Okay, it's okay. I didn't know about it till just like
I know.
an hour ago.
No,
It's a flag.
legal.
The concern is, under the Open Meetings Act, there was no executive session on the agenda, and that's okay. You can go into an executive session at any time for any valid reason. What you can't do is take action on what you discuss unless it's in the agenda. So this is a valid request for motion and in compliance with the Open Meetings Act. Yep.
Yeah, just consider it a fraggle. Okay, we have a motion, we have seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, so at this time, the motion carries. At this time, all guests and individuals not essential to this executive special session, meaning delegates, alternates are able to stay here. Special guests and other guests are free to go. I don't expect anything else to be discussed other than adjournment. So if you guys are recording this, please cut off your cameras. Goodbye, Facebook. Okay, you guys can take a 5-minute break, smoke them if you got them, relieve your bladders, do whatever you guys need to do.